Welcome back to our Patriot Spotlight. Now it's our first one since football. We get to meet our basketball coaches, and what better time than the playoffs, the postseason. So we welcome Elijah Garrison, who's done a great job with the boys basketball team. In fact, we talked on air during our last postgame about back-to-back 20s, but now let's talk on video. I mean, is it a mark like pitchers in baseball? 20 is kind of like a level and a plateau. Is that the way you looked at it?
I know it's kind of like a general rule of thumb that if you can get to 20 in a basketball year, that's it's a pretty solid year. Like if you get to 10 for our football coaches, that's pretty solid. So, I'm happy we got to 20. Definitely, we have bigger aspirations than just 20 wins, but it's a good starting point to kind of see if you have a successful season, I would say. So.
Elijah, and that's a good point. If you win 20 and then got knocked out in round one, no one really will remember. So sure. I get that too. Most of my college coaches that I've ever been involved with, and we're going to ask Jason the same question, but I got to hear it from you. They split a basketball season into your regular season and then the postseason. Mm-hmm. Now for basketball, they have their non-conference, conference, and then postseason. Mm-hmm. Did you address that with your guys? Is that something that you look at?
Yeah, sure. It's kind of, I would say it's similar. Like we have our season while our football team's playing in the playoffs, right. And like we had a good run this year, so they made it to the third round. So we go 3 weeks without 4 to 6 of our guys, and then you kind of have the next part of the season where you do have your full team, so it's kind of like a restart, and then you have post-Christmas where you are in your kind of conference play. And so, yeah, I would say maybe for us it might be into four different little sections where it's, you don't have your full team, you have your full team, conference play, and then your postseason play. So.
Another question that's constantly asked is if I walked into the gym and I was watching your team, didn't know where the coach was, how would I know that Elijah Garrison is coaching that team? Translation, what makes your team in terms of your style?
Yeah, if you were just watching practice, I don't know if you would say I was the head coach, honestly. We have, luckily we have a lot of people that help and great coaches, and I tell them all the time, I want you to coach. You're not getting paid to be here to stand with your hands behind your back and just blow a whistle. So, we do a lot of stuff, though, where it's groups, and Coach Melzer might have a group, Coach Brenner has a group, I have a group. But our identity is definitely, we're trying to play fast, and we work on that every day. And so I would say, you walk in, you saw us, we're going to be shooting a lot of threes, we're going to be touching the paint, kick outs. Hopefully it's loud in here, music blasting, and high energy too, so for sure.
College or professional, who was an influence on your coaching style? Not so much you personally, but you pattern yourself after who? Yeah,
I would say Coach Acuff, who's over at Sanford, and then Coach Oates. So I try to marry those two things together a lot, and I don't think I've figured that out yet, but I try to in terms of the way they play conceptually, some of the concepts that they actually do, and then how that can fit our personnel. So.
We certainly want to keep you here as long as you want to be, but you just mentioned those guys, and one of them's only across the street, sure. And then the other one's down the highway a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, Rick Bagley would kill me when I ask Elijah Garrison this question, but I'll be gentle, is there aspirations to take this? And you can lie if you want to, but perhaps one day, would you like to be in college ball?
Yeah, I had the opportunity to coach at UAH after I got done playing, and that was a joy, and I loved it. But my wife and I love it here, and we went one day, Lord willing, we have a family, and we want our kids to go to school here, and so I don't foresee that happening anytime soon. So
I'll ask John to shut the camera off, and then we'll get another answer. Just kidding. All right, you've got one of the most special athletes and special people that I've been around and I've been around for quite a long time, whether it's high school, college, professionals, and when you see Caleb Carson, I'm not sure that Elijah, I try to put my finger on it and say, he reminds me of blank, but I don't know. And the cool thing about it was when we were doing football, everybody said, wait till you see him in basketball. Okay, so you coach him. I want to know what he's like as a player and more importantly, as a person.
Yeah, he's a goofy kid. That's why I've told a lot of people the last 10 days. We've kind of got a lot of coaches calling after that Hoover win, which is cool because it's kind of spread like wildfire. And he's a goofy kid. He's a joy to be around. He's funny. But when it's time to play, I mean, we've all seen it. It's like he's mature. He is the biggest competitor that I've ever been around, and he will do everything and anything to make sure that Homewood wins. And obviously, we saw it, forever in football, and we've seen it the last 2 months in basketball too. And so the other night, I think it was AO.com maybe that was here. I don't even remember that. Like, he's a joy to coach, and I love coaching him, and I'm going to take advantage of the next few weeks that I have with him, but somebody's going to get a special kid next year, and still, honestly. So.
And we've said that on our TV broadcast, is someone is going to get an under-recruited, incredible person as well as an athlete as well. I'll finish it with this way. I asked Coach Bergeson during football, but I asked him at the beginning, and now we get to the end. What would make this a successful postseason? Yeah. Is it getting back to the BJCC?
Yeah, like the way that it works in basketball is you're either penalized or you're kind of rewarded based off of geography. And so, like tomorrow night we have our area tournament finals, and it's a big game because the loser of tomorrow goes and plays the #1 team in the state, at their place. So there's a lot riding on tomorrow, and I think us or Minor both could beat Oxford. It would have to be a really good game from us both, but they're not the Hoover of last year where it's like they're gonna beat everybody by a lot, but they are really, really good too at the same time. And so I think if we take care of business, like there's a pathway where we're competing for a regional final, and at the end of the day we just want that opportunity. Like, I don't want to sit here and say we want that matchup, we don't want that matchup, because everybody that we could potentially see, they're very well coached, they have really good players, and they're really good teams. And so hopefully we get that opportunity, and I do think we're playing pretty well right now, and that you probably don't want to see us, like, just with how well we're playing. So I don't know, we'll see though.
All right, that's a good answer and a good interview. This is the head boys basketball coach, Elijah Garrison, back-to-back 20-win seasons, and then off to the playoffs. As we said, all during our Patriot Spotlight during football season. Go Pats.
That's right, go Pats.
You can watch this interview and all the interviews that we do on our Homewood Athletics YouTube page.